About 2 months ago, I did a podcast with Ishan, and till date, it is one of the most viewed podcasts on our channel. The amount of fun that I had while talking to him is unmatched to date. Last time we had time limitations, but this time we don't. So you can only imagine how fun this one's going to be when there are no time limits. Welcome, Ishan bhai. Glad
For
to have you
sure,
on the
for sure.
podcast again.
Thank you, Bhaiya, for this opportunity that you have given me.
Hmm,
I'm really glad again.
hmm. Now let's start
Shall
with
I
some
start?
good news. As you might be seeing, the
Yes.
car culture in India is on fire. Supercar, sports car,
Yes,
are getting
sir.
delivered day after day and like all. So, what do you think about this recent
Yes,
growth in the
sir.
Indian car culture?
Actually, as we step into the future, I guess the Indian economy is increasing as well as there's significant growth in every sector. So
Mm,
people's income is growing. So that is one major factor that we see that is one major factor that why the supercars are coming to India, as well as
mm,
many showrooms are getting open, like Porsche is setting up a new showroom, I guess, in Kolkata, or yes, I guess. So that is the reason, I guess. And by the way, yesterday was this car show in Mumbai. It was really famous. It was the biggest car show in India, and
mm,
I guess you have heard about it yesterday in Mumbai.
mm. I've heard about it.
The Yes, yes. There, it's all over the internet. It's all over Instagram. It's all over Twitter. So yeah, so we can see the growing car culture there. I mean, modding is one of the parts of car
Mm,
culture, but the supercar culture is significantly growing here.
mm. Moreover, the tuner culture and the custom culture of building cars,
Yes,
of modifying them, that is on the rise.
yes,
And that's the best part.
yes, yes. Actually, he actually down up north.
Mm.
Well, the tuning culture is starting to grow, but down south, it's literally on fire. It's
The
literally on fire.
customs,
I mean,
customs in the south side.
the mods there. Oh my god, the
You
raps,
know,
the
yeah.
dancing. I mean, it's just crazy.
I recently, saw one of those Mercedes wagons, which were, used to sell in the
Yes.
1990s. And
Yeah.
like, I was like, what is this?
The white
The,
one, right? The white
yeah,
one.
yeah, the white one. I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah, I saw it.
this has
Yeah,
been
I
made in
saw it.
India.
I mean, it's really impressive, and I feel really proud saying this that the car culture is finally growing here without
And
any restrictions.
yeah, the best thing about us is that, we have to pay nearly twice or thrice the amount of money for these cars, but we still don't stop. We are like, we don't care about money. We care about that enjoyment we are
Yep.
getting in the exchange for that
Yes.
money.
Yes. I mean, that is
Like,
the main thing. That is the
yeah,
main thing.
like cars like SF90 Stradale, and these are getting delivered, and they almost cost like about $1.2 million when coming to India, but people are still buying it.
Yes. Why not? I mean, if a person has got the money and has got the taste, I'm
Hmm,
sure they will import some nice rides in our country.
hmm. And
Sure.
like, just imagine if we had the same price brackets, like if we had the same rates as the US. Just imagine what would have happened.
Then, like, like the American dream, every kid would have been getting a car. Like, you turn 18, you get a car.
Hmm.
Every household would have, got have 3 or 4 cars like that.
Hmm. And one of those cars, like, which I think that significantly contributed to this, like, growing car culture of India, is the Mustang.
Yes, yes, for sure, for sure. I mean, Mustang came in, and so did the GTR, and they like
Hmm.
completely changed the car scene here.
Hmm.
Completely changed it.
Like, there are, like, dual tone wraps and whatnot, GT 500 kits. Car culture
I mean, it's just
is on
crazy.
fire, man.
There's one shop, there's one store. I don't know the exact location, but it's up north.
Hmm.
They are the official. They convert your Mustang to a Shelby GT 500. The GT 350 or 500. I don't know the store name, but it's there.
Yeah. There are not, there are no, like, huge power changes, but they, like, focus on the external body kit.
The body kits are mean.
Hmm.
They're just going crazy. The most famous body kit that I like is the one they do with the Omni, Maruti
Ah.
Suzuki Omni.
Hmm.
They dance. I mean, they lower it like you can't even fit a leaf underneath the front bumper.
Hmm.
It's like that. So yeah, it's growing.
Hmm. Do you think that we might see some hypercars delivered to India in the future?
Yes, yes. I believe with the growing car culture as well as the government's efforts to uh, you know smoothen the roads and make them better, I guess the road problem would get solved, and I guess hypercars will be delivered here too.
I want to see the some
I mean,
Bugattis,
there
man.
are a few Bugattis here. There are a few Bugattis here. Like there's one in Pondicherry, there's one in Hyderabad, and I guess
But they are,
one or two
like
states.
they all are, like the prehistoric war Bugattis and all. There is no, like
Yes, yes,
Veyron or Chiron.
yes.
There is no car like that.
No, there are two Veyrons. There are two Veyrons in India. As much as I know, there are two Veyrons in India. One, I guess, one is in Pondicherry with it's a white Bugatti Veyron, and one is in Hyderabad. You know
They,
that? Have you seen that video where this Veyron
hmm,
it goes over a bumper,
yeah.
speed breaker?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's one in the.
They came on Carnet in India. They came through Carnet. So, like they are not permanent residents here. They would be, like flying away in 3 months or so.
I wish they
So,
were. I
yeah.
wish they were.
If they stayed and, got some license plates, then we could have considered them a part of the Indian car culture.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
Because if
wish
we
I did.
consider the Carnets as well, then we had La Ferrari, we had Aston Martin 177, we even had Lamborghini
Yes,
Countach
yes,
coming to
yes.
India. But we can't
Yes,
count them. No, like we can't count them.
yes, we can't count them
Yeah.
exactly
That's the thing.
unless they're registered and permanent residents here.
One of the things, like that can happen is if some of the supercar owners in other countries change their residence. I saw one
Huh.
Dodge Challenger SRT 8 getting delivered to India just because of
Yes, yes,
change of
the
residence.
red one, right?
Hmm.
The red one, right?
He came from Dubai to
Yes, I
India.
saw
He
it. That
changes
it was
residence.
sick. It was sick.
Yeah,
It was sick.
and we got.
Have you seen that BRZ down south?
Ah,
That blue
yeah,
BRZ.
yeah, yeah.
Oh my God, that is just amazing.
We should stay there for long. That's
Yes,
the only
yes.
thing I want.
I, w- I wish there were more, coupes like standard coupes like the Hyundai SRDX, like SRX, coupes like that
Hmm.
present here. I wish they were sold here, but what can we do? We gotta make do with saloons.
Even, like we have some strict rules in the Indian government, like you can't import cars which are older than 3 years, and that limits us to, like very few cars. That's one of the
Yeah,
rules.
I mean that is just. I hate that too.
Hmm. If that rule
Just
wasn't there, we would be like seeing the San R34 GTRs like all going over. Like there are some, but like
McLaren F1s.
they are present in very few quantities.
Yes, that's a sad thing. And I mean, the import taxes are so high. That's another barrier which restricts people from importing cars here.
Moreover, like I wanted to talk about this hypercars. Like it's not that Indians can't buy hypercars. We have the money, but it's just that it doesn't make sense to
Yes.
buy in India. Just think about like a Bugatti Veyron costs about like think mm, $3.4 million or something like that, and that's
Yes.
about 24 or 25 crores in the US. Now just double it at base. 52 crores for
48,
a Bugatti
50.
Chiron. Does it make sense to buy it in India when you can't even drive it on the
No,
Indian roads?
absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I'm a Bugatti fanboy. For 52 crores,
Yes,
even I
yes.
won't buy one. Even I won't buy one.
Seriously, that I mean, that is just nonsensical
Yeah,
to buy one Bugatti with 52 crore and
52
you can't even
crores.
drive it. That's just a
Yeah.
shame.
Hmm.
That's just a shame.
You go on the road, there is not. like some proper roads. You can't even drive it 1 mile from your home. It will be staying as a garage queen most of the time. So what's the use? Just
That's
for
no
show off
use.
purposes.
Exactly. That's yes. It's a shame if you don't drive a if you buy a Bugatti and don't drive it.
Hmm. These cars are meant to be driven.
Exactly.
Any car
Exactly.
you buy, regardless of the price.
Yes. Unless you can appreciate your ride,
Hmm.
you I mean, I got no respect for you.
Hmm. Like even I have seen some people who have. I saw a guy who had a $40 million Ferrari 250 GTO and driving it like a maniac on hills. And I was like, that's a proper car guy. He's not, like storing it in a garage covered in glass, which and the car moves like 1 meters or 2 meters a year, just sitting there.
Seriously. I mean, that is some really that's some really good thing to hear. That's a really good thing to hear.
Now, coming to like some shocking and saddening news, I saw recently electrification of cars has like now just been accelerated. Ford has said that by 2028
Yes.
there would be no gas powered Mustang, not even as an option. It will be fully electric, and that's just 7 years
I
from now.
mean I
Just
mean
think about it.
what did Ford do about the Mackie Mustang? I mean, I I'm not gonna lie, the Mustang doesn't fit as a SUV. It doesn't fit. The Mustang means sport. The Mustang means a coupe. The Mustang means that people are gonna stare at it. But
Mustang means
if you
loud.
buy a SUV, yes, Mustang means loud, and SUV Mustang just doesn't go. They are trying to like make the Bronco and the Mustang mate, but that doesn't happen. That just doesn't happen.
For me, the Mac
I mean,
even
it's good that Ford.
it isn't even like the M of the Mustang, the Mackie.
Yes, exactly. I was watching this video of Goodwood Speed Week,
Hmm.
like last year exactly 2020.
Hmm.
So I saw. I mean, it was a drift competition, and they had the Sylvia S15 and the GTR, and Ford entered the competition with the Mackie Mustang, and I mean the drift was pretty impressive, but I
Hmm.
still don't like the new Mustang, the Mackie Mustang. I still don't like it.
The drifts are going to be impressive, like just because of that availability of a huge amount of torque in the lower RPMs.
Yes, they're just no fun. If you can't hear the noise, there's just no fun.
Uh,
Lacks the fun.
yeah, it is a line which was said by Mr. JWW. If you have watched his channel, he said that for us petrol heads, for us driving purists, it's the sound.
Yes, yes.
And he was driving an 812 GTS with a Novitec exhaust. Dude, the exhaust on it,
That's
like
gonna
it
sound
was just
crazy.
like like screaming. And like I was happy and sad at the same time that these cars are still alive, but they might be like these might be like one of the very last of their
Discontinued.
few days, and then they might be
Yes.
discontinued. The Ferrari V12
Discontinued,
might die
and
very soon.
yes, that's a very saddening news. And moreover, Tesla is taking over. I guess that's something. I mean, I like Tesla. I mean, that's you know they are like if one can make cool electric cars,
Hmm.
Teslas are the one. No
Hmm.
one competes with them.
They are the one who who broke the barriers. Like electric cars are slow, no they are not. Electric cars are ugly, no they are not.
No,
Electric cars are uncomfortable, no they are not. Electric cars are
no.
slow, no they are
And
not.
I mean, this Elon Musk introduces. He's gonna introduce this one feature where like you can talk to another Tesla driver in a traffic jam, I guess. And so I saw this one meme where yes.
Yeah.
So actually, Elon Musk told that he's gonna introduce a feature where you can talk with other Tesla drivers in a traffic jam. So
Hmm.
it's gonna be like a COD lobby.
Hmm.
Like you're stuck in a traffic jam and you're talking to other way, like move out of the way, and they're like, where's the sound coming from? It's hilarious. But I mean, the Model S, I saw this one video where the Model S accelerates faster than Porsche 911.
Hmm.
I'm like, what the hell? And it's just like it isn't faster than 911, but it sure does accelerate faster than it.
Of course it does. It has all the torque available right from 0 RPM,
Yes,
and it has like more than like
yes,
1000 Newton meter of torque. So like
yes,
it's pretty
yes.
obvious.
And the Tesla Model X
Hmm.
is like one of the few cars on Earth with the lowest CD.
Hmm.
I mean, it is the most aerodynamic cars in the world. It is one of the most aerodynamic cars in the world.
The
Tesla
thing
Model
with it
X.
is, like
Road going.
with electric cars is that you don't need big grills or like big intakes to feed the engine,
Yes. I
and
mean,
that
that
is the
looks pretty
reason.
pretty
Yeah,
slick.
and that is the reason,
That looks
like
pretty slick too.
why you can make the car as slippery as possible, and like you still don't have to care about cooling the engine or something like that. But that said, like I was thinking that this electrification process, like it would like start at about 30 years or 40 years later, when all the cars will be electric. I thought that we would have an era of hybrids, and like hybrids will have we have like we will have some good cars, and when we will pass away, then there will be electric cars all around. But
But
the
no.
process got like 40 years faster.
Yes, yes. Actually, Bentley also announced that it's not gonna make any gas powered cars anymore.
Hmm.
Completely, it's gonna stop production of gas powered cars and completely shift to hybrids or electric.
They are going to stop the production of their W12 engine.
Yes, I mean that is so saddening. That is so saddening.
It feels like
It
like these are
means
some
next
legends,
generation
and they
of
are being like just beheaded. W12 gone, V12
yes,
gone, V10 gone.
gone, everything gone. V8 to some years later, gone.
McLaren is already like planning to just kill its V8. The McLaren Artura or whatever that car is going to come, which is the next McLaren in their supercar series. It has
Yes,
a
yes,
twin turbo V6 with a
yes,
hybrid. So yeah, they are already on their path
yes.
to kill off their own V8 engine.
It's so
The same
saddening.
engine that powered the P1, the Senna, the Speedtail.
The P1 is actually like you're a Bugatti fanboy. I'm a McLaren fanboy. I mean, McLaren P1 was my favorite car since I was 8.
Mm.
It's been my favorite car since I was 8. Like
It was the
first day
car,
I saw see
like
it,
that actually made people say that is that a spaceship moving on the road?
and 901 horsepower. Can
903,
imagine it.
3, 2 horsepower more.
903. 9. Yes. And it's rival the Porsche 918. They're both my favorite cars.
Porsche 918
Porsche 918
is
Spider.
like like the car which is like timeless. Even if you see it in today,
Yes.
in 2021, it's like 8 years old and still looks like a
Yes, the
magnificent
McLaren
beauty.
P1 is the McLaren P1 and the Porsche 918 Spider were released during the same time, 2012 to 13,
Hmm.
and that was probably the best 2 years when all the supercars were released,
It
or the
was a
good
trio.
supercars were released. I guess.
Ferrari released the
Yes,
LaFerrari, McLaren released the
yes,
P1,
LaFerrari
Porsche released the
P1
918.
and Porsche the 918 Spider.
And not going to lie,
It was just crazy.
it was so tough to choose from these three cars. So tough.
It's always been. It's
It
always
was
been.
the best of
It's
McLaren, best
always
of
been.
Ferrari, best of Porsche. And I was like, it has never been this close for me. Like it has never been so tough for me to like choose one of the cars from these competition. But boy oh boy, do they have like absolutely nailed it. Each
So,
manufacturer.
what according to you, if if
No,
someone asks you about the three, which one are you going to choose now? Which one are you going to choose now?
see, I
Choose
love the
wisely.
LaFerrari and I love the P1. But and like I can say even after 5 years, the emission rules are going to be so strict that you won't be able to drive them. but the 918 has emissions level that are lower than a Prius. So I can drive that car for like probably 30,
Seriously,
40 years more. Yes. In the emissions test, it had lower
I
emissions than
didn't
a
know
Toyota
that,
Prius.
and I didn't know that.
So so like you can drive that car 30, 40 years from now, and like the government would still not like say you anything. Like, okay, he has a Porsche 918 and it has emissions lower than like
1 second.
solo. So
Yes.
the government is not like, like your car can't have an IC engine. They are like, just keep it below the emission rules, and Porsche has already ensured that they have made a car which can
Yes.
run for 50 years without worrying about anything. So in practicality, 918, because I can actually drive it.
Nice. Nice.
Smart.
Yes.
And what about you? What would you go with?
I would, trust me, I'm gonna sound biased, but I'm going to go with the McLaren P1. It has always been my favorite car and always be. It will be my dream car always. I know I can't afford it, but let's hope one day. There are only 279 of them, 279, I guess. Yes, all over the
375,
world, and none
375.
375. Sorry, 375.
You have some more cars.
And yes, and not one of them is the same.
Hmm.
And I love the engine and everything about it.
Hmm.
Everything about it.
The prices of these cars are, like, are just going to like be going like too much high in the future, when there will be like no gas cars to buy,
Yes.
and it will be a phase, like people who are having supercars and hypercars are going to be making money just from their cars, just by selling their cars.
Uh, the McLaren P1 actually, the thing that impresses me about the most is that the it has an electric motor too.
Hmm.
So the electric motor produces an extra 176 horsepower.
Hmm.
The the 3.8 liter turbo V8
Hmm.
is like it produces like 728 horsepower, and
Hmm.
the electric motor produces another 176.
Hmm.
And the acceleration, you wanna hear the acceleration? Will be boggled.
I know it, but yeah.
0 to 6 0 to 60 in 2.7 seconds.
Yeah.
Mm, it
And
will
like
always be my favorite
when
car,
you just
always.
think about 903 horsepower going on through the rear wheels, you just can't imagine how scary and fun it will be to drive. It will be scary,
Seriously.
but like the
And
one with the skills is going to enjoy it to the best. And the one who hasn't got any
yes.
skills is going to die. Simple as that.
I mean, it's worth the risk.
Of
It's
course,
worth
it's
the
worth the
risk.
risk. I would rather prefer, like dying in a McLaren P1 than driving, like dying in some other car.
Yes,
It will be a
obviously.
glorious death.
Yes.
Now another news, like which I saw just one day ago, is that Lotus recently discontinued the Evora, the Exige, and the Elise all in one go, because they are planning to focus more on EVs. These were some of the most favorite cars of drivers. How do you feel about after their
Yes.
discontinuation? I
I
was
mean,
so
I
disheartened, man.
just heard it. I didn't. I didn't know about it
Hmm.
seriously, and I just heard it, and it is so sad. I mean, this is probably the saddest podcast ever on your channel, I guess.
Yeah,
So much of depressing news.
yeah, and
I mean,
dude,
seriously, how could they do that? How could they do that?
uh, this is a learning which I got from, like the second last podcast which I did, that companies are here to make money. Companies are not here for charity. And I was
I
like, well, it's a
mean,
harsh truth. It's a harsh truth. If Lotus is going to, like make more money selling EVs, they are going to be like ban all, like just they are going to, like put a leash on their production line of all the IC cars, and just go with making electric cars. That's all they are going to do. They are not here for charity.
Probably, probably like some days from now, it they'll only stick around in our memories.
Hmm.
These
Well, Lotus
cars.
said that, like they are going to be launching one final IC car, which will be priced around $75,000, and that will be their last, like, homage to IC cars.
Yes, I wish it would be a banger.
Of course, it would be. Just think about last car from last
Last
IC car from Lotus.
Lotus.
I just can't imagine. And like the price is not like bonkers, like $1 million, $2 million,
Yes,
$75,000.
75,000. I mean, it's like buying a Mustang here.
Hmm. And I wish one of
How do
their
you feel
cars.
about the?
Yeah.
How
What?
do you feel about Tesla coming to India?
Good.
But
Good.
the prices.
Prices, yeah, the prices. When it comes to electric cars, now what I think is that in affordable segments, like in our daily, like our daily drivers, electric cars are much better as compared to these cars like, like Alto, Squid, Swift, and all of these. They make more sense in these segments. I was like, I have no problem in these segments, like turning into fully electric. I just
Yes,
don't want
they
the soup.
shouldn't bother. They shouldn't bother supercars. They
Yeah, I
shouldn't
don't
bother
want
them.
sports cars, supercars, and hypercars to turn electric. I have no worries if I daily drive an EV. No worries, no worries for that. Okay, they would be super comfortable. They would be fast, which we as Indians really desire a lot, because we can't get fast cars in the prices which we can afford, and the ones we do
Yes,
have also all have already been discontinued.
yes,
Tata tried it with the JTP. They tried to like
yes.
make
JDP.
some sports cars in India, but India was like, no,
No.
we want mileage suckers.
I mean, if the car culture, grew in the 90s, we'd probably have some really good sports cars and,
Hmm.
other cars here that would, make, well, it would make us cooler.
Hmm. I wish to, like I always wish to see some Indian supercar.
Yes, me too. I
IC
mean, the
engine one, not
Pininfarina is
electric,
one. The the Pininfarina is one.
but it's not electric
Pininfarina.
and it's hypercar.
Yes,
And
I mean
like the company is owned by Mahindra, but it's still Italian.
yes,
And if we go by that way, then even we have like Jaguar and Land Rover is also ours. Then we
Jaguar.
can say
Yes,
that
yes, yes,
Indians have made the Jaguar SVR, but no, right? It's not an Indian
yes.
company. The badge is still Jaguar.
I mean, there was one supercar produced in India, the DC Avanti, but you know how that went.
It's not a supercar, neither it is a sports car.
Yes, it's literally. I mean, no disrespect to him, but I find his cars really overdone.
He's
I
like,
I find his cars really
yeah,
really over
and
the top.
he's considered the best automotive designer from India.
I mean, how?
There are folks in the motor drift community who can make cars externally, who can like sketch cars
Yes,
more beautifully than him. I can guarantee you that. Make them sit side to
I
side.
know.
Dilip Chhabria and like I know some of the folks from the community, and just give them
Yes,
1 hour to sketch. Then let's see what
they
happens.
probably make. Seriously, Dilip Chabia is live proof that if you have the money, you can really do anything.
Hmm. You can steal designs. You can do anything.
Yes,
When I saw the DC one for the first time, I was like, I have seen this car somewhere. I have seen it somewhere. I have seen it somewhere. And like most of the people don't realize, but if you are deep into cars, you might know some companies, like that are that you come across very rarely, like Zenvo, a
yes.
Danish
Zenvo
hypercar maker.
ST1, the
Yeah,
new.
it's a Danish
Yes,
hypercar maker,
I
but
know.
not even, like 90% of car guys know about this company. But
I
the ones
mean,
who are into
many people don't know even about.
fully
Yes,
into cars, they know
Rimac.
about Zenvo. Yeah. So
Yes,
what I thought,
most people don't
so
know about Rimac.
mm,
Many wannabe car
Koenigsegg,
guys,
you
they
say
don't know about
Koenigsegg,
Rimac.
they were like, what is that? I
I,
made,
I mean, even if they know, ask them the spelling, ask them to spell it out, and they're like K-O, and they're like
K
completely out.
O E N I G S E G G.
Yes, absolutely correct.
Koenigsegg. So when I saw the DC Avanti, I was like, I have seen this car somewhere. And when I looked at it, like I looked at the front area of the car, I was like, that's has been stolen from a Zenvo.
Zenvo,
Zenvo. The
Zenvo,
rear
exactly.
is a strip off from a Lamborghini. Just try to
Seriously,
make
I
it
mean,
aggressive. And you might have seen those Audi's bullhorn headlights, right?
yes,
You have
yes,
seen those,
yes,
right?
yes,
They took those bullhorn
yes.
headlights, reversed them, put it as taillights on the DC Avanti. Dude, I can literally tell you each and every part of that car where has it come from. I can literally expose him in front of everyone. Like this car has been stolen. Like like ye wala apart from this wala apart from this wala apart from this, and this is how you make a car.
I mean,
Just steal
how
the
could
designs
he
of 10
mean?
different companies, pack it into one, put a DC badge, and here is your DC Avanti.
Seriously, I mean, that's just it. They're overdone. They're copied. I mean, shame to be
Mm.
honest.
And then, like just to label it as the best of the Indian automotive, I was like, this is not the best of the Indian automotive. This can never be.
I mean, the cars that are coming in now,
Mm.
that by Tata, I mean, they're pretty dope.
Tata and
What do you
Mahindra.
think? They're pretty dope.
Feeling
The
a proud
Harrier,
Indian.
the editions they are, yes, the editions they are, launching, and the other
Mm,
cars such as the, the new, the Safari, the new Safari. Have you
mm.
seen
Yeah,
the new Safari?
pretty good.
Yes. I mean, I
You,
I don't know how people joke about it, but it's so good. I mean, I find
people
it
are
so
going
good.
to joke about it. Yeah, even if it was, like the best of Mahindra, even if it was the best of Tata, people would some like they would still find a way to like make jokes about it, make memes about it. You can never satisfy 100% of the people. That's the truth.
Yes, yes, that's the truth, I guess. But I mean, it's such a good car. I mean,
Mm.
it's really it's such a good
Moreover, like there is a thing that foreign manufacturers, even if you take Ford for example, they used to fool us Indians in the name of their cars. How? I will explain to you. You get an Endeavor for like about 36-37 lakhs for base. It has what,
yes.
a 2 liter something engine, and it has about 157 158 horsepower.
156, I
Yeah,
guess. Yes.
yeah. Now you buy a Tata Harrier for 16 lakhs, which is about 20 lakhs.
168.
Yeah, 168 horsepower.
168 horsepower.
And
168 horsepower.
yeah,
I mean,
you get a better engine, you get a more
seriously.
powerful engine. Like I'm paying 20 lakhs more just to get 10 lakhs horsepower. It won't matter much, but still, in terms of engine, in terms of powertrain, Indians are just showing that like we can get better or more powerful engines for a price less than half of that.
I mean, the mindset of people here is,
Mm,
it's very crude, I guess.
mm,
If you know that car Alturas G4,
mm,
I mean, that was Sangwang. Sangwang.
mm,
I mean, if Mahindra sold it as a Sangwang,
mm,
then people would, branded car. Since they
mm,
sold it on the Mahindra, they
mm,
became brand conscious, and the car flopped, as you know.
mm. But the car was great, man. The looks were imposing.
Yes,
It
it
was
was
feature
great.
loaded.
I mean, one of my relatives bought the Alturas G4, and it was, I mean, uh, it was really good. I mean, it
Mm,
was like the, I guess if it would have been, a hit
mm,
in the Indian market, I
mm.
mean, it would have been so great.
I saw one. I have seen one like several times, and I'm like, it's a good substitute if you don't want to buy the Fortuner on the Endeavor. It's a good car.
Yes.
Like people used to
Yes.
consider it as the worst of all, but it isn't actually the worst of all. It might not be, like have that endeavors self parking feature or stuff like that, but it makes up for it by costing less. You
Yes.
have to pay 10 lakhs more just to like get those seats and all of that. And even if we consider off road, you're not going to you are not going off road 99.99% of times. You are just going to be driving it on the roads.
Yes.
So in real world
I
conditions,
mean,
the Alturas is a great car. Was a great car, sorry.
yes, yes, was a great car. And so was the Grand Vitara.
Hmm.
I become nostalgic whenever I hear that car's name. I mean, Grand
Hmm.
Vitara was the my favorite SUV in the Indian market.
Mine was a
Suzuki
Safari
Grand
when I was a
Vitara.
kid. When I was a kid, I used to see the Safari and I was like, dude, just, just, just let me get some, just let me grow, just let me grow. The day I will go, I will buy a Safari. I will buy this Safari. I will buy this Safari. Like the stance, the height. I used to be, like
Yes.
draft by the car. I was like, oh, Safari, Safari, Safari. And like people used to get intimidated by that car. when I have sat in like countless times in it, and whenever like you used to drive it in some place, in some crowded places, people used to like move aside, like make way for the king. It was that kind of
it
feeling.
it's used by all classes of people. It's used by all classes of people, from middle class to high class to the military. Everyone
Mm.
uses a Safari. Everyone has seen or has sat in a Safari before.
And it's literally a mountain goat. You can drive it anywhere.
Like the Gypsy.
Mm. And it can do that while seating 7 people in total comfort. That
Yes,
was the
yes,
best
true.
thing.
Yes, sir.
Now, what are your views on electric hypercars like the Rimac Concept One and Two, the Lotus Evija, Neo EP9, Spark Owl, and others?
I mean, can we count the Pininfarina Batista too?
Yeah, yeah, Pininfarina Batista as well.
Yes, well, I
That's
guess, I mean, they're a next step towards the future. I
hmm,
mean, if we consider about the environment and stuff, and I mean, they're pretty good for that. But
hmm,
I mean, they're pretty powerful too.
hmm,
I mean, the torque and all. But as you know, as a kid of the 2000 to 2010 decade,
hmm,
I would rather go with V12s and the older supercars than go with the new ones.
hmm. I would rather buy a Porsche 911 GT3 with 493 horsepower, a six-speed manual, than buying a Pininfarina Batista or a Rimac Concept 2, which has like 2000
Yes.
horsepower and does 0 to 100 in 1.9 seconds.
I mean, it's not always about the speed. Sometimes it's always about the feel, not the speed every time.
It's about the emotion. uh, IC
Yes.
engine cars have such had like they have had such a great impact on me. Like I have literally cried after seeing some of their videos, some of their exhaust notes.
Yes.
EVs have like never even sparked a tickle in me.
EV is like, if you want good exhaust note in EV, you probably have to learn beatboxing for that.
Mm. And like what manufacturers are doing, they are using fake exhaust sounds through speakers, and I'm like, faking still, seriously.
I mean, you could get that aftermarket. I mean, you could get that aftermarket for so less if you
Mm.
just have to do that just to make the sound. Mm.
And I don't like I don't like the idea of like faking the sounds of exhausts just through your speakers. I don't like that idea.
I
It's
mean,
like
that is
EVs.
like phoning
e-
it. That is
Yeah,
phoning it.
yeah. It's
That
like
is
EVs are
phoning.
getting away from their own identity.
Yes.
They have an identity of their own, that they are silent and fast accelerating machines, but they are like doing the complete reverse by by integrating these fake things and all.
Yes.
Moreover, like they are not as engaging as your daily cars, which have a manual. Manual
Yes,
matters.
yes, true. Obviously, manual always matters. Manuals are the real thing.
And that is the reason, like I have respect for manufacturers like Porsche, who are still making manual cars.
Yes,
Even Nissan.
for real. I mean, even actually Nissan. Well, I guess.
Nissan
I
with the
mean,
400Z,
Nissan
they are
always.
still,
They,
like they are still retaining
yes,
that
they are still
six-speed
giving the
manual.
manual option.
Hmm.
Yes, they're
And they
still
have still not
retaining that
hybridized
manual
it,
option.
even if it's,
Yes,
like it's 2021,
it
like.
looks so futuristic.
Hmm.
It looks so futuristic that anyone would get fooled like this is an electric or this is a hybrid, but
Hmm.
no, it's not.
Hmm. Even after, like if you see Nissan, they are not like they are making huge profits and all, but they care about the emotion of their customers,
Yes, yes, true.
and thus they are giving that
That
engine.
is, I mean, yes, they are. The 400Z Bell, to be honest, when I first saw the
Hmm.
400Z, it looked bland to me. But
Hmm.
as time went, I started to appreciate it, and now I
Hmm.
really like it.
Hmm. Even the same thing happened with me as well. Like when I start reading the stats, that less than 2% of the cars that are sold in the world are manuals, I was like, dude, manuals are almost non-existent. So, like even if Nissan sells the 400Z and they are not, like they are going in loss, they are not, like making huge loads of money. Nissan is not doing currently good as of now. And still, if they are, like courageous enough to provide a manual,
For real, for real.
that was the
But
thing
I
with me.
guess, the Magnite could change the Nissan scene in India
I seriously want
once.
it to, because it's a good car.
Yes, Magnite,
It's a really good car. It's safe, 4 stars.
and it's efficient and it's cost effective.
Hmm.
I mean, it
And you are
starts from
getting,
like
yeah,
five.
and you are getting a compact SUV for the price of a hatchback. What more can you ask for?
Yes,
It's comfortable, it's spacious,
I mean,
it's capable.
and it looks so good,
Hmm.
and it
It
looks
looks
so
good.
good.
If I were in the market looking for a compact SUV, I would definitely give the Nissan Magnite a consideration. That's how good I think it is.
Yes, yes,
And it might be like one of those only cars that can save Nissan India. Because if the Magnite fails, then we can be pretty sure that Nissan is going to leave India in 1 or 2 years. There are no
I
second
mean,
thoughts to that.
I'm not. I mean, I still repent upon Chevrolet leaving India. I still,
Even I do.
can't get over the fact that Chevrolet left India.
But
I mean,
like companies have to study their audience. Companies have to study,
yes,
like their customers and market. If they are not seeing, like the how their customers are evolving, how their customers are, what their customers are going towards, they can't survive. Like the cars,
I
like
mean,
the Spark and the Beat and the Cruise as well,
hmm,
they were
yes,
like such good cars and they sold in good numbers, so it was not like, like they were bad from the starting. But these cars were, like only good for some times unless the customers evolved. And the moment the customers evolved, these cars became obsolete. People were like, well, they are not satisfying my needs as of now. They used to satisfy my needs 5 years ago, but they are obsolete for me now. So what are you going to provide me with now? Provide me now. And Chevrolet was
and
like, well,
then
you have to go with this only.
yes, and then they produce the sale you are the sale.
Hmm.
I mean, they were. I mean, that was the sign of probably Chevrolet leaving India.
Hmm.
That was the sign.
And one of their cars, like the Chevrolet Tavera, if you might remember it, the three
Yes,
row,
yes,
the
yes,
three row
yes.
car, it sold in so much huge numbers. So Chevrolet came at the right time. They bought the right cars, but they couldn't evolve according to the market, and that's the reason why they are not in the Indian market anymore.
I'm afraid that Toyota's gonna meet the same fate or not. I hope not, but I don't know. I mean, it looks like it.
It definitely looks like it, because when you are, like when your standards go low enough to collaborate with Maruti and just take their designs and put in your engines.
I mean, not even they are not even considering changing the headlights or the tail lights or even the structure, basic structure of the
Hmm.
car. I mean, they are just
Again,
completely rebadging the
again,
cars.
they are like okay. I think like what might have happened in Toyota. They would be like, okay, who is the market leader? Maruti Suzuki. What are they good with? Well, sir, they are good with. Uh, they are good with.
Brezza and the Baleno.
Yeah, when they saw the sales of the Swift is like one of the most unsafe cars in the Indian market right now, and it's still saw like like topping the charts at 3 million sales or something like that. 3 million.
Yes.
And so they were like, well, they have good designs, so like let's take them, because even if we take engines into consideration, the Suzuki and the Toyota engines are on par with them, but the Toyotas have a slightly better edge over them. So they thought of providing them with the engine, and Maruti was like, okay, you take our designs. That's
I
all.
mean, and the Toyota Wellfire, well, that is a good car, but it is overpriced. It is
I saw
hella
one.
overpriced.
And I was like, this is definitely not worth like 80 lakhs or 1 crores.
75. Yes,
Not
it's
worth it.
not worth it. I mean,
If they could have
no one
priced
is
it lower
gonna.
to the Mercedes V class, which is about 50 lakhs, it could have like
Yes,
given the Mercedes V class a run for its money. But they have already overpriced it.
and but I mean the not the Mercedes V class, not the Toyota Wellfire, not the Kia Carnival. They
Mm,
couldn't make a hit in India, because if someone is gonna buy a car with 7 seats or 8 seats for their
mm,
family and spend that much, they would probably buy two cars. Or I mean, no one would spend so much on no one would spend so much here. I
mm.
mean, on those cars, no one would spend so much.
Those are, like the cars which are meant for, like people who are always on the run, who can't, like
Yes.
go, like who just can't stay at their homes. They're like, well, just buy a moving home instead. Those are those are that type of cars. So like
I
they might
mean,
see some
they
success with it, because there are lots of individuals in India who have that kind of lifestyle, but not, like bonkers number of sales.
yes, for sure. There are like 25 Bellfires in India so far.
That's not a very bad number considering its price, and considering the, like
Yes.
the percentage of people like who can actually buy it. But yeah, that's not even, like even so good. But let's see, if they
Well, the
reduce the
most
price about 10 or 20 lakhs, I guess they might find some good success. That number might grow
yes,
about 10 times.
yes. I mean, Toyota is making pretty good. I mean, success with their like the Fortuner and the Innova.
And
Why
that's,
would
and
they?
what I think, that those are the only two cars which are keeping Toyota alive as of now,
Yes,
because their rebadged Maruti cars are not going, like are not doing anything.
they are literally not doing anything. That every even if you see even if you see a Glanza or an
Hmm,
urban cruiser down the road,
hmm,
and if you don't see the badge at night,
hmm, hmm,
you would definitely identify it as a Brezza,
hmm,
not as an
hmm,
urban cruiser.
hmm. It's like me downloading Top Gear's video and putting it on my channel and asking, like people to believe that, come on, bro, I am giving you the same quality of videos as Top Gear, but it's ultimately Top Gear, right?
Yes,
So I'm giving you the same quality, the same light, the same engine as Maruti, but it's ultimately Maruti Suzuki, right? It's not Toyota.
yes, yes,
And Toyota knows that if they want to rule in India, they have to master this affordable segment. The one who rules the affordable segment of India rules the market.
yes.
Because
Maruti has
mm,
mastered it, and Maruti does is doing well in every car they produce,
mm,
except these few cars,
what
except the powerful cars that they produce.
what powerful cars
They
have
don't
they
survive
produced?
you. Kizashi Grand Vitara
Kizashi,
2.0 liter,
Kizashi, that hit hard.
2 liter, 1.8 liter. I mean,
Kizashi
they
hits
were
hard.
just really good.
I still
And one
remember.
car that didn't.
I still
Yes,
remember,
yes.
like being 7 and going into the showroom and like looking at the price tag, and at the top was Kijashi, 50 lakhs. And that guy was like, a nano costs, that time the nano was, like at the peak of its sales and all. So I
Sale.
was like, well, I can buy 50 nanos in that. Why should I go with the Kijashi? And
Yes, and
yeah,
well,
please.
the Kizashi was, it came through the CPU route, as you know,
Hmm.
and that just ruined it.
But well,
I
if the
refer to it
Kijashi
as
was
the
on sale
SX.
as of right now, it might would have
Yes,
succeeded, because it would have given
yes,
competition to
exactly,
the
exactly.
Skoda Octavia RS.
Yes, Skoda Octavia as well, you know, the Kizashi would have been, sold well,
Hmm.
sell well here, because then, as of by now, people would understand its worth. At that
Hmm.
time, people didn't understand its worth.
Hmm. And it was probably the wrong timing,
Yes,
because at that time the Indian market was not, like grown enough to buy such expensive cars,
yes, and
and
that
seeing
too
a
a
Maruti
Maruti
badge on
Suzuki.
it,
Yes,
people were like, okay, I'm going to spend 50
Tata.
lakhs and that too on a Suzuki badge. Nah.
Now I'm gonna buy a Mercedes,
Uh-huh. An Audi.
and yeah, Tata also tried to come into the luxury car segment. Well,
Hmm.
in the early 2000s with their Tata Magna sedan. Very
Hmm.
few people know about this. The Tata Magna sedan.
Hmm.
Well, if you search for the Tata Magna on the
Yeah.
internet, you'll just get pictures of buses. But if
Hmm.
you search about the Tata Magna sedan, you would see a car. I mean,
It was
it
it was a
resembles the.
luxurious car.
Yes, it was. Tata tried to launch it, but it couldn't. Tata couldn't
Mhm.
launch it. Yeah.
The materials were softer. It was more
Yes,
comfortable. The design was much more smoother, but
Tata Magna sedan.
it failed ultimately. And that's what
It didn't
matters.
fail. It didn't even launch.
It didn't even launch. Yeah.
It was just. Yes,
So yeah.
it was sad.
Hmm. Never mind. Tata is succeeding right now with their cars. That's all that matters.
Yes. I mean, they're producing really good cars. The Altros, the Tata Tiago JTP, and
Well, that's
the
discontinued. JTP is
yes,
gone.
that is country. Where's the Tata
Hmm.
Tiago,
Hmm.
or the Harrier? Well,
Hmm.
the I hope the Safari is a hit too.
Hmm.
And well, what are the other cars? The Hexa. Well, the Hexa couldn't make much of a hit, but it's still a good car.
A very good car, a very good seven-seater, capable,
It's like the
comfortable,
big brother of Aria.
spacious, better than the Marazzo
And it's
at least.
yes, it's powerful too.
Uh, yeah, and like the thing which we can learn, which other companies can learn from Maruti is business and marketing. Maruti is like making like profits at just another level, which no other company in the Indian market has been able to achieve. They're not making such good cars. They are doing cost cutting and all. But dude, if you want to
They
learn
know the
business, go to
mindset of
Maruti.
the they know the mindset of the people.
Yeah,
That's the
they know
point.
the mindset of the
They
audience,
can
and
understand
they know that
what they need, what they
yeah,
need.
and they know that Indians are not going to like come to, they are not going to come to them and complain that the safety of car is not there. Indians
Yes.
want two things. They want mileage so that they save on money, and they want to flex on their friends through blabbering about features. Two things they want, and you get them in Maruti.
Yes.
बस, कितना
I
देती है
mean,
is all you know.
well, every person is not a car guy in a population of
Mm,
1.3 billion people.
mm,
So, well, it's just so other than the car guys,
mm,
no one would know the cons about Maruti.
mm. No one would know that what they'd ultimately do is reduce the sheet quality, use cheaper materials, and like make profits just by saving like these few things on cars. Like if this, even if they save
Yes.
around 5,000 or 10,000 rupees on work on one car, and they sell 3 million units, just imagine their profits.
I mean, It's just
Pro-
crazy. I mean, every time I go out on the street or any road,
Hmm,
I out of 10 cars, at least six are Maruti Suzuki cars.
hmm. And even
I
the
mean,
Hyundai and all, they are all going to, like they are mimicking Maruti in terms of it as well by making, like
yes,
cars that are unsafe.
Hyundai. Well, Hyundai, you know, they have got all segments of cars. To be honest, all segments of cars, from ranging from hatchbacks to sedans to you know the 4 meter sedans to SUVs to luxury SUVs. They've got
Hmm.
it all except trucks. Well,
If
I
I,
really hope the
yeah,
truck culture grows here.
truck culture is definitely going to grow here. Like Tata goes to racing with their trucks.
Yes.
Tata goes to racing with their trucks, and some of their cars have like 550 horsepower engines, and not what and whatnot.
Yes.
Dude, the thing which I, which I can't just understand is like just at the moment when the car culture is beginning to like rise in India, we are seeing the electrification of cars. And
Boom.
like when I try to imagine a
You.
world without exhausts, I'm like, what it will be like? Like it will be like a whistle passing by you every second. Wee wee wee. That's all you're going to hear. Or fake sounds maybe. Who knows?
Yes. Then probably we'd have to create a Spotify playlist with exhaust sounds
Yeah. I'm going to
and
create one.
then listen to it.
No worries. Lamborghini Aventador exhaust. I have in my playlist uh one of those exhaust of Hennessy Venom F5, that engine of them,
Yes.
Pennzoil,
Yes.
that weird of theirs, magnificent engine, and then I have the Novitec Mansory Ferrari, no, Novitec Ferrari FF exhaust sound, and um, I guess Aston Martin Valkyrie as well, and then some others as well. They're on in my playlist. Dude, they're
I
magnificent.
guess they're Yeah, I guess every car guy has heard. Every car guy is a fan of the exhaust. No matter if they are, going towards electric or
Mm,
leaning back on
mm, mm.
IC cars, but every car guy loves the good exhaust. I can guarantee you that.
What I think is that hybrids car were not given enough consideration,
Yes,
and electric cars were like pushed too early. If hybrids were given a
I mean,
consideration, then we might have not seen electrification going this fast.
so earlier,
Yeah,
so early. Well, let's see what the future waits.
because if even if you know even if you look at cars like the Lamborghini Sian, the Porsche 918, and even the Aston Martin Valkyrie, these all cars are hybrid. They have big engines, and they are not like producing insane amount of pollution or insane amount of emissions. There are cars which are
Yes.
like way below the emission standard, and still they are not being given enough consideration. That's a bad thing.
Yes, I mean or another main car in this this hybrid segment which I like,
Hmm.
which was branded a supercar, the Acura NSX
Love it,
hybrid.
man.
Yes, I know, but after
It's
like
like a
10 or 20 years,
it's like a
it's gonna
918
be
on budget.
yes 918 on budget. Exactly, exactly, exactly.
Exact words,
I mean, I so love that car. I so love that car.
Mm. Even
I mean, everything
uh,
on
when Chris Harris drove it on the Top Gear test track on like he was like he was like giggling all the time. I was like, that was the moment like I knew that it's such a great car. When the car manages to like make the reviewer giggle like a 3-year old, the car is good. That's
yes,
what I look for in any review.
yes.
By the way, have you seen the Mansory kitted Lamborghini Urus? The one with 820 horsepower, and it looks like a
Oh
child's
my
nightmare.
God, yes, 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 oh my God. I mean, it's so crazy. I mean, the work did. I became a fan of Man City well after they did that G wagon. Have you
Hmm.
seen that?
Hmm.
The G wagon. I mean, I was like, they are like after Liberty Walk, they are like my favorite body kit designers or modifications.
For me,
Modifications.
it's Novitec, and then comes Brabus. Brabus works on Mercedes cars. Even if you see the
Brabus. Well,
GT63
GT. Well, the my favorite Brabus would always be the G wagon.
with the V12.
The G. uh, Yes, my favorite Brabus. I mean, I'm a fan of G wagon.
Hmm.
It's like the ultimate baller car. Ultimate
Ultimate
baller car.
baller car. And like seeing the demand of the G Wagon, G63, Merc decided to launch the 350D as well. And they are saying great success with it too. It's like the affordable G Wagon. It has got the looks and all, but it hasn't got the 63 engine, that weird twin turbo engine. It's a
Yes.
diesel basically.
Yes. Yes.
Mercedes is seeing a huge success in India. And that's the reason why they launched
Yes.
the EQC first in India and then in the world.
I mean, that was like a great achievement. I was so happy to hear about it. I
Mm.
mean, they are first launching it in India and then other parts of the world. I mean, I was so happy to hear
You
about
know,
that. And well, they are also opening an AMG plant here, right?
yeah, they have opened one and cars have already started to
Yes.
produce as well.
Yes. 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 Well,
I,
the car that
mm,
that I've seen the most Mercedes in India, well, all over India,
mm,
is the CLA 200T. I mean, affordable as well as sporty, as it fits all the demands of the people who can afford
mm.
it.
Like being in India, my dream supercar to buy, which I think is like totally worth it, is the Mercedes AMG GTR.
Yes, yes.
Dude, I
That
love it
is
so
just. I mean,
much.
have you seen the? I mean, the even the commercials are so exciting.
Beast of the Green Hill.
Have you seen the one where have you seen the where Lewis Hamilton drives the AMG TTR? I mean, he drives through Nürburgring, and then like it suddenly changes to a forest, and it's so great.
Mm. You know, Mercedes AMG GTR almost looks like Hulk from Germany. If Hulk was a car, it would be the AMG GTR.
Yes,
That
yes.
exhaust, a rear wheel drive layout, 575 horsepower, 700 Newton meter
75
of torque
horsepower. Oh
going
my
through the
god.
rear wheels. And the traction button, 10 more traction button.
Yes, yes, yes. That is the most special thing about it. I mean, that is just crazy.
Dude, I spec'd one on the Mercedes India website with a roll cage, yellow seat belts, yellow brake calipers. Oh, dream spec.
I mean, every body color that Mercedes gives with
Mm,
the AMG GTR,
mm,
every color is special and every color is so appealing to the eye. I mean, starting from the leaf greenish color to the mustard yellow to the
mm,
purple. I mean,
mm.
they did a great job with the colors
I just
and
wish
as well as the car. I
that
mean,
the
the
AMG
total
GTR
head.
is still around when I will be, like able enough to buy it. I just wish that it exists.
Seriously, for real.
Even, like BMW came out with the M5 competition recently. You might have seen it.
Yes, 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 yes.
635 horsepower, rear wheels, 0 to 100 in the same time as a Huracan.
And I mean, like the when I saw my first M5. I saw the
Hmm,
first M5 in back in 2015, I guess, and
hmm,
it was in a gold. It was a gold color M5
hmm,
with Brembo brakes, and I saw one in Pune, the first
hmm,
one that I saw.
hmm,
I saw that one in Pune, and well, it just blew my mind away.
hmm. The
Just
M5
blew
is,
my mind
like
away.
one of the best cars that you can buy in India. if you consider the bang for buck value. The M5 costs about 1.7 crores on road Delhi. And just think about it. You are getting 625 horsepower sedan in 1.7 crores. None other cars
Anyone would cop
comes
that.
even close. No car comes even close.
Anyone would cop that. Anyone would cop that.
Just tell me one car, like which costs like even under 3 crores, which can give you 625 horsepower.
Hmm. Well, if you go by that,
Hmm.
that measures, well, under 3 crore, you can, import a Hellcat, I guess. But no, seriously, but the
Hmm.
M5 is like just it's just power for money.
Yeah. And you can do burnouts all day long.
Yes, yes. I mean, the rear wheel drive gives you the advantage. It gives you everything to do a burnout. I mean, it
Bonkers.
just yes, exactly the word I would use.
Now, what can manufacturers do to make electric cars more driver friendly, according to you?
Driver friendly. Well,
More enthusiast friendly, I would say.
what they can do. Um,
Learn it from Porsche.
well, well, they can, make the cars more, I mean, well, sportier, I guess. I mean, electric cars are sporty, to be honest.
Hmm.
Like, look at the Porsche Taycan, man. It's
Porsche
just,
Taycan might be the
it
only
looks so good.
EV I would might buy. I would buy.
Yes, it's Bill Gates' first electric car.
Hmm. It's fast.
Yes,
It
so
accelerates good. It looks good, and it's fun. Even without the exhaust, like the Taycan
yes,
was sort of a ray of hope that okay, electric cars are not that boring after all, even if they don't have an exhaust and a manual transmission. That was my first thought.
I mean, if electric car manufacturers can make cars like Taycan more, I guess I would. The problem with electric cars and car guys would reduce to some extent.
It will definitely, like not be like, okay, we don't want IC cars anymore. That Taycan is there. It would never be like that, because like we would always
It would
dream about
sure
those
to reduce.
exhausts.
It would sure. It would sure
But
reduce the rivalry between electric car fanboys and IC car fanboys.
what I was planning to do was, like just like just stack up some V12 engines, some V8 engines, and grab some electric cars, swap them, swap the batteries out, everything out, make one for yourself, make an IC car for
Well,
yourself.
few crazy people. Well, few crazy people over the world have done that with their Teslas, I guess.
Mm. Even you can count me in those crazy people as well. I would have done the same, because I will avoid EVs for as long as possible.
Unless they are inevitable.
And if I can't get one, and if I can't get one IC car, then might probably make it myself.
Well, you can't stop a person from making one, right?
Yeah, you can't stop me from making one, can you? Recently, in the hypercar world, Hennessy arrived with the Venom F5, and they claim it as the American hypercar that will actually break the 300-mile mark. So, do you think that they will be able to break that mark?
Well, let's see. Well, the Hennessy NM F5. Well,
Hmm.
uh, I first saw it as a concept car, and I was like a fan of it.
Hmm.
And it looks so cool.
Hmm.
But to be honest, well, I think that the progress the Hennessy is making, and with the engine,
Hmm.
with the 817 horsepower, and
Hmm.
with the, well, 8,200 RPM, with
Hmm.
the electronic motor, well, I think they can break, and it looks similar to the SSC2 Atara, to be honest, to great extent,
Look
I believe.
similar, and I I do believe like Hennessy has the capability to make such a car, and I want them to break the 300-mile barrier. But I want them to, like just stay behind Bugatti.
Yes.
And it's been like Bugatti broke the record in 2019, and here we are in 2021 with no other manufacturer being able to break it. And I think that Koenigsegg might be
Well,
one of the
the
few manufacturers.
yes, yes. Well, the I guess the Bolide could be the one that breaks every record
Mm,
ever created. The
but it's not
Bolide
road legal.
is, yes, it's not road legal.
And thus,
It's not road legal.
whichever record it will create, like it won't be sensible for us to compare it with a road car, because a road car has a lot of limitations a track car doesn't.
Yes, true.
Now, what's the future of high performance cars according to you? Where will the hypercar and the supercar world be 10 years from now? What do you think?
Well, according to me, as we know, the electrification and all.
Hmm.
Well, I guess the apart from 10 years from now, every hypercar and electric car, a supercar would, you know, either be a hybrid or be electric. I mean,
Hmm.
there would be only one or two supercars or hypercars available in the market, which would be
Pure
IC
IC.
or, well, yes,
Hmm.
there I be hybrids or electric.
Hmm. That's even what I think so. But boy, do I
Yes, that's
don't like
saddening, but
EVs.
it's true.
Yeah, man.
It's
Like
sad, but it's true.
we are
What can
living in
one
an
do?
age where we are experiencing the best of IC world and the death of the IC world as well.
Yes, I mean, 20 years from now, when we look back and we see what the car industry was now, well, the 2000 to 2015, well, we just everyone would be sad. Every car guy which belonged to this decade would be sad.
For me, it started with the Veyron, a car with a 8-liter W16 engine, and like then suddenly moving to some batteries and all. The transition, I don't think it will be possible for me when my icon is the Bugatti Veyron. My icon isn't the Tesla Model
Seriously,
S.
I mean, future car guys who are about to be born. Well, let's see what their perspective is on this
Mm,
from now in the future. But what will they think about the past cars that have, were our favorite?
mm. So, Ishan, do you have any parting words for the audience?
Well, I'm gonna say that this channel is for car guys,
Mm,
and every person who watches this is a car guy, and I would and I believe this. I believe in this fact that every person, even if they are not a car guy or car girl, has some amount of love for cars in their heart. I mean, everyone has got a favorite car. I
mm,
know that. So, well, even if you, well, for car guys, I would say that, follow your dream, follow your passion, and don't hate on electric cars completely. I mean, try to understand them. Well,
mm.
even if they are not good, not, I mean, I would say, I wouldn't say not good, but,
Not good
well,
as I
let's
see.
say not good as I see, not good as I see. And enjoy your life. That's all I would say.
Like I was 2 3 days back when I saw this news coming out that Mustang will turn fully electric and all, and Lotus has like stopped their production of IC
Discontinued.
cars. I was like, dude, it seems like I have to make a car myself. I was seriously giving it a consideration. It will be an Indian supercar and it will break some records. I'm seriously giving it a consideration. Let's see. I will definitely manifest it.
I'll help you in that.
So, man, that will be all for
Yes.
this time.
Yes. Bye, guys.
Thank you for being on the podcast.
Yes.
Bye.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's the most important thing.